Hello everyone. So welcome back again. So here we are going to discuss one more concept of integration. Very interesting concept for solving integration question. This is called Queen rule. Again, why this is called Queen rule? It's not a name of any mathematician or something. This is one very important rule which can be applied for solving so many questions. If you don't see anything, आपको कुछ click नहीं हो रहा है question में, you can try these method. I gave you one king rule for the integration, and I am now giving you the queen rule of integration. Okay, so these are very powerful techniques actually, so powerful properties. Okay, so let's start. So what is the property? First you understand this. First let's understand the property. I hope you have already seen this property, but I'm just quickly revising it. So let's say if you have integral 0 to 2a fx dx, let's say you have this. Now integral 0 to 2a fx dx, this is equal to, either it will be equal to 2 times 0 to a fx dx. If f of 2a minus x is equal to fx, and this will be equal to 0 if f of 2a minus x is equal to minus of fx. This is the simple rule of that is called Queen's rule. Okay, so now what is this property? First understand this. If you have integral something 0 to 2a, this 2a, so this can be written as 2 times. I can take this limit and I can half this. This is 2 times 0 to a, and this is only if f of 2a minus x is equal to x. Okay, so what you have to do is, if you have any function, let's say you have this function, you just check what is f of 2a minus x. What is f of 2a minus x? Now if I get this is fx, or I get this is minus fx. If you have this thing, this is, you can say double, that is 0 to 2a, 0 to a fx dx. And if this is negative of minus, this is negative of fx, then this will be equal to 0. Now if you remember, in the last video we discussed king rule. What is the king rule says? King rule says if you replace x with a plus b minus x, you get the same integration, right? So in this case also you can see, if you have x goes to a plus b minus x, that is 2a minus x. Now the condition here is the lower limit is 0, the upper limit is 2a. Now if x goes to 2a minus x and you get the same function, then I can say this is 2 times 0 to a. This is how you can remember this, right? And if you are getting negative of fx, then you can say this is equal to 0. This is equal to 0, right? Now if you have any question of integration जहाँ पे कुछ click नहीं हो रहा है, you can try the king rule and queen rule. Now to apply same thing, king rule and queen rule, what you have to do is you have to just apply x goes to a plus b minus x. For king rule it can be anything. For queen rule it is 0 to 2a. And if you just find that this is equal to fx, you can say this is 2 times 0 to a. And if you find that this is minus of fx, this will be equal to 0. This integration will be 0. Now why this is so, we can understand this. Let me explain this. See, we have integral 0 to 2a fx dx. I quickly prove this. This is integral 0 to a fx dx plus integral a to 2a fx dx. I can break this integral. Now you see, if I take this integral, if I take a substitution that x is equal to 2a minus t, I am just taking a substitution that is x is equal to 2a minus t. So what is dx? Dx is equal to minus dt. So you can see here integral a to 2a fx dx. What is this? This is f of 2a minus t. What is dx? This is minus dt, right? And what will be the limits now? You can see if I put x is equal to a, what is the value of t? T is equal to a. And if I put x is equal to 2a here, 2a will be cancelled, t will be equal to 0, which I can say this is equal to integral 0 to a. I can change the sign. and consume this negative. And this is f of 2a minus x dx, because this integral is same as this integral, whether you put t, you put x or anything. So you can clearly see if I put this value here, this integral will become integral 0 to a fx plus, what is this integral? This integral is f of 2a minus x dx. Right? Because both the limits are same, I can directly add this integrals. So this is how we can easily prove this. Now, if I say f of 2a minus x is equal to fx, you can clearly say this is 2 times of fx. And if f of 2a minus x is minus of fx, this will become 0. This is how we can prove this, right? So this is very easy to prove. Okay. Now, let's move to the questions. How can you apply this thing? So these are the questions. These are first 3 questions, very easy to apply. You can see here, what is the integral 0 to 2 pi modulus of sin x dx? So here you can see here, one way to solve this question is, if you have modulus of sin x, I can break this 0 to pi, then pi to 3 pi by 2, pi to 2 pi, correct? Because modulus of sin x will be equal to sin x or minus sin x depending upon the interval. But in that case, you have to break this integral. Otherwise, what you can do is, you can clearly see if I say this is function fx. How to apply this? Understand this. If I have the function fx, this is equal to modulus of sin x. Now, if I replace, you can see this is 0 to 2a. This is 2a. If I replace x with 2 pi minus x, x goes to 2 pi minus x. You can clearly see sin 2 pi minus x is minus sin x. But here we have the modulus and you'll get the same function. So f of x is equal to f of 2 pi minus x. So can I say this is 0 2 times integral 0 to pi modulus of sin x. What I have done is, I have applied the first definition, that is if f of x is equal to f of 2 pi minus x, f of 2a minus x, then this is 2 times 0 to a. Now we know between 0 and pi, this is equal to sin x only. So this is integral 0 to pi sin x. And now you can easily integrate this. This is 2. What is the integration of sin x? This is minus cos x. And I can put the limit 0 to pi. This is minus. So what is the answer? This is, you can see, minus 2 into cos pi minus 1, cos 0 again minus 1. So you can say this value is equal to 4. So that is the answer for this question. In fact, we can do one more, there can be one more method to solve this. We know modulus of sin x is periodic with period pi. So I can directly say this is n pi. So I can take this 2 outside. That is another way to say this, but I have just applied this property to tell you that how can you apply this property. Okay. Now solve this second question. Just think about the second question. Now in the second question, you have to solve this integral. You can see here, we have something sin x raised to 8, cos x raised to 7, 0 to pi. But if you just observe here, if you apply the property x goes to a plus b minus x, you can see if I go take this function and apply pi minus x, if I apply pi minus x, this will remain same because sin pi minus x will be sin x, and it will become minus cos x, but power is 7, so negative will be outside. So what here you can see is, you can have, this is fx, f of pi minus x is equal to minus of fx. So what will be this integral? This integral will be directly 0. You can say this, correct? This is, you can say 2a, or otherwise you can do king property. If you take this is integral I, if I take this is integral I and apply king property, this will be 0 to pi minus of sin x raised to 8 and cos x raised to 7. You can see if I apply x goes to a plus b minus x, this will become sin x raised to 8, this will become minus cos x raised to 7. So if I just add this, you can clearly see this will be equal to 0. So this is another way. See, basically this thing, this part is basically the, you can directly prove from king property also. Okay, so just remember this. Now if I want to write the answer for this question, you can clearly see again. So I hope you have understood this. What is this value? This is equal to 0. Okay, and now 0 to 2 pi cos x raised to 5. How can you find this value? Can we directly say this is equal to 0? Either you can apply king rule, or you can say if I take this function and f of 2 pi minus x, this will be minus of cos x raised to 5. So both will be negative of each other. That means the sum, this integral will be 0. So this is a simple application. Now we'll move to some tougher question. थोड़ा और हम इसमें discuss करेंगे. So let's take this question here. Now see, here you have an integral, that is integral 0 to 2 pi sine square x plus into cos x raised to 4. Now again, one way to solve this question is you can apply some trigonometric manipulations and simplify this to get the answer, or you can apply sine 2x formula and you can solve this question. But again, that will be a lengthy method. What I'll recommend you is you always use properties whenever you have the questions of definite integration. Try to use properties of integration, definite integration, right? So if you just observe here, if you have this function fx, what is f of 2 pi minus x? What is f of 2 pi minus x? You can see this is sine 2 pi minus x, this is minus sine x, but it is squared. So it will be same as sine square x, and cos 2 pi minus x is same as cos x. So can we say f of 2 pi minus x here, this will be equal to fx only. This is fx function, and if I replace 2 pi minus x, you will get the same function. So what you can do is, you can say this is I 2 times 0 to pi sin x square into cos x raised to 4 dx. This is by QE. Okay, this first step is clear. I have just taken this half. I have written this limit as half of this, right? Now again, if you observe here, you can see if I take this function as fx and apply, this is f of pi minus x. If I apply pi minus x here, you can see this is sin pi minus x is sin x, and cos pi minus x is minus cos x, but powers are even, so nothing will change. So this will be equal to fx only. So if you replace x with pi minus x, you are getting the same function. So can I say this is I is equal to 2 times 0 to pi by 2. This is 2 times, right? By 2, we already have 1, 2. I have taken half of this. This is 2a. This is 2a for the second one. Okay, so this is 2 times 0 to pi by 2 sine square x cos x raised to 4 dx. So this is again by Queen. I hope this is clear, right? Now again, if you apply x goes to pi by 2 minus x, now we can see the functions will change. So obviously Queen property cannot be applied, because if the function is changing, either it will not be equal to f of x, it will not be equal to minus of fx. But if you just think about this, now if I again apply the property, but now I am applying the King property, that is x goes to a plus b minus x. So if I replace x with pi by 2 minus x, x goes to a plus b minus x, the integration remains same, the by King rule. So you can see this is 4 0 to pi by 2, and this will become sin pi by 2 minus x. This is cos x, so this will be cos x square. And what is this cos pi by 2 minus x? This is sin x. This is sin x raised to 4. Now now how will you proceed? You can clearly see if I add these two integrals. If I just add these two integrals, you can see, so this is by King, this is by King property. Okay, so now if I add these two, this is 2i, 4 times 0 to pi by 2. Generally we apply King rule, then we add the integrals. Okay, this is the standard way, right? So if I just observe, you can add these two, this 4 will be common, 0 to pi by 2. Now observe here, if I take this function and this function, you can clearly see sin square x and cos square x will be common, sin square x and cos square x will be common, and in bracket you can see we will have sin square x plus cos square x dx. I hope this is clear. Just try add these two. If I add these two, you can see sin square x and cos square x common, sin square x plus cos square x will be equal to 1. So this is basically 0 to pi by 2. This is 1, and what is this? This is 2 sin x cos x whole square. This is equal to 2i, right? I have taken this 4 also inside. Now what is this 2 sin x cos x, this is sin 2x. So I can directly say this is equal to sin 2x whole square. Now, how will you integrate this? Now, there are some different ways to solve this. I can say this is, or let me solve this. We have 2I is equal to, we have this integral 2I is equal to 0 to pi by 2 sin 2x square. 0 to pi by 2 sin 2x whole square dx. Now, what is this? This is 0 to pi by 2. What is sin square x? This is 1 minus cos 4x divided by 2 dx. I hope this step is also clear. And you can see what is this integral? This is, what is this? 0 to pi by 2. I can directly write this. Now you can easily, this is a simple integration. You can easily solve this. This is 1 by 2 x minus, what is the integration of cos 4x? This is sin 4x by 4, right? Sin 4x by 4, and I can take this 1 by 2 outside. That is again not an issue. This is minus x, and you can say this is 1 by 2 is outside, and limits are 0 to pi by 2. I hope this is clear. This is one kind integration is x sin 4x, sorry, cos 4x sin 4x by 4. Limits 0 to pi by 2. Now, if I just put the values, upper limit and lower limit, this is 1 by 2. If I put pi by 2, this will become pi by 2 minus. If I put pi by 2 here, this will become sin 2 pi. Sin 2 pi is 0. Okay. So add pi by 2, this is 0, right? Pi by 2 minus 0. And if add 0, this is again 0. You can just check the calculation. So what is the integral? This is equal to pi by 8. So this is the answer for this integral. I hope you have understood this. First we have applied queen, then we have applied queen, then we have applied king. So this is again a very interesting question of queen and king. Okay, understand this, that what is the thought process of applying king and queen property. Okay, now let's take the last question. Again, this is one very common and very interesting question. Again, on the properties of integration, you have integral 0 to 2 pi x sin x raised to 4 upon sin x raised to 4 plus cos x raised to 4. Now see, observation is, if you have only sin x raised to 4 upon cos sin x raised to 4 plus cos x raised to 4, you can easily solve this. The problem is because of this x. So I want to remove this x. How can you remove this x? So if you just observe here, if I apply x goes to a plus b minus x. What is a plus b minus x? 2 pi minus x. Okay, so you can see we have applied by, I write on this. So if I apply x goes to a plus b minus x, that is king property. This is 0 to 2 pi. This will become 2 pi minus x. Yes, this will become sin 2 pi minus x. This is minus sin x, but power even. So this will become sin x raised to 4 divided by, this will again become sin x raised to 4 plus cos x raised to 4 dx. I hope this is clear. This is by property, right? Very important property, right? So now you see, if I add these two, this is 0 to 2 pi. If I add these two, you can see this is x sin, denominator is same. The x sin x raised to 4, x sin x raised to 4 will be cancelled. You can just check this calculation. This is 2 pi sin x raised to 4 divided by sin x raised to 4 plus cos x raised to 4 dx. So this is 2 is also cancelled. This 2 is also cancelled. Okay. Now you see, we have eliminated x. We have eliminated x here, right? Now I want to solve this integral. So you can see now we have reduced this question to, we have an integration I, which is pi 0 to 2 pi sin x raised to 4 upon sin x raised to 4 plus cos x raised to 4 dx, right? Now see, if you apply x goes to 2 pi minus x, can we say if I apply x goes to 2 pi minus x, the function will not change. You can see here 2 pi minus x, this is 2 pi minus x, this is 2 pi minus x, this will become sin x raised to 4, sin x raised to 4, cos x. That means if you replace x goes to 2a minus x, you are getting the same function, f of 2 pi minus x, f of 2 pi minus x is same as fx. So can I directly say this is integral I is 2 times, this is pi already there, this is 0 to pi. You can see I have just taken this 2a ka half, that is pi, right? This is sin x raised to 4 divided by sin x raised to 4 plus cos x raised to 4 dx. I hope this is clear. By queen, this is by queen property. Now again you can see here, if I apply x goes to pi minus x in this, you can see if I go apply x goes to pi minus x, you can see we again will get the same function. So here you can see f of pi minus x is same as fx only, right? So you can see this is 2 pi. Now again I'll half this and I'll write this is 2 0 2 pi by 2. You can see I have applied again queen property. This is sin x raised to 4 upon sin x 4 plus cos x 4. I hope this is clear. This is f of pi minus x is equal to fx. This is 2a. ये 2a है, उसका half करके हमने यहाँ पे लिख दिया, right? This is clear. Now you see, we have pi by 2 here. If you just observe here, again if I apply the property, this is 4 pi. If I apply x goes to a plus b minus x, that is pi by 2 minus x. Function, this integration will remain same. So this integral will be 4 pi integral 0 to pi by 2. This will become cos x raised to 4. This will become cos x raised to 4 plus sin x raised to 4. I hope this is clear. Now what we have done is we have applied king. I'm writing everywhere which property I'm applying. X goes to a plus b minus x. You can clearly see the function will not be same. It will change to this, to this. But if you just observe here, what can we observe here? If I add these two, so let me write it here. You just first observe this. If I add these two functions, when you will add this will become 1. You can see the numerator will be sin x raised to 4 plus cos x raised to 4 upon sin x raised to 4 plus cos x raised to 4, which will become 1. So can I say this integral will become 2i 4 pi integral 0 to pi by 2 1 dx. You can again check this. If I add this is 4 pi will be common. This is 0 to pi by 2. This will become 1 dx, correct? So now you can see if this is the value, what is the answer? This is 4 pi. You can just check this value. This is pi by 2. So what is the answer for this question? This is I is equal to pi square. That is the answer for this question. So I hope you have enjoyed how we have applied different properties, king and queen properties. Very important, very powerful properties. IIT asks questions generally on these two properties also. Okay, very common property, very common question. Okay, this question was also asked in IIT JEE, right? So that's it for now. So in the next video again, I'll cover some very important concept related to your syllabus, some important concept. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you.